in some domain, but the good news that the market is on the green note in mature market. Why in some market like Africa, here in Nigeria, we're seeing a market trying to correct little down here, but I know that this correction won't take much. But once it pull back, the market will gather more strength down here in Nigeria before it can also continue the uptrend. It's good that the market is about to correct so that it can gather strong momentum to break out the resistance and also continue. You can see that it's almost a triple top we're seeing on the market. When we come to the chart, we also see that. But the good thing is that investors across the globe tell you that they are smiling. Why they are smiling? That they have a relief from what? From the long expectation that that the Congress and the executive, the assembly there and assembly will come to an agreement. And finally, it happened what on Wednesday evening. Yesterday, quickly, Senate has also passed the same bill. Now it's not going forward for ascension of what of the president. That means that the debt ceiling limit of all have been put behind. All eyes are what on now on the data from the labor market to see if it was to trigger the Fed decision to kind of adjust rate or not. These are what the market is not looking at to see at this point. For me, there's no cause for alarm because if we have seen a break out there, and the good thing is that this mature economy companies results are coming, we are seeing improved numbers from them, and also tell you that there are also some sectors in that domain, which also is good that we investors continue to see that we look for sectors that where you see potential that the company's earnings or that sector performance will be positive. You start keen in that direction, and that's why the sectorization will continue as we're still looking forward to see the half year result in the month of July. For investors that understand how to invest, this period, despite that we expect to see a pullback, is for you to just target those stocks that you see that we have seen their Q1 result, we have seen their full year result, and also for what is happening in the environment today, which we know has a way of impacting the bottom line of this company, and you can see that the expansion continue in terms of portfolio manager index. Globally, again, it tells you that despite the oscillation we are seeing, the impact of Ukraine and Russia issue, some domain are still expanding apart from what we see a slowdown in China. But some of the data also that came from China also shows that the recovery is still underway, is still in progress, but not as sharp as expected. But for me, that and also the passing of the bill at the Senate level has also triggered the oil price in the market, and that you can see that oil price are moved to already under $75.47 to speak now because of this assigning the bill, and that tells you that market this morning, like I said earlier, has opened on a positive note across the globe, and with all eyes on what to see what the job report will look like, and that is what also will shape decision of investor regarding for whether Fed, like I said, will continue to hike rate or not, and that is also a good thing that investors should also look at this moment. Also, if you look at the data that came from also the EU as regard that zone inflation, we saw a slowdown too, which also, like I said, that we are seeing a slowdown for the month of May inflation figure that came. It tells you that this is good for the global economy, apart from what is the volatility or the geopolitical tension that this Ukraine and Russia, because of other countries trying to look at, and also if we pray that they should avoid mistake, because if care not taken in the process of all this and something happen another way, it might lead to another world war. Like I believe that all the parties and all the people supporting each other should also use wisdom so that this thing will not escalate more than this. But as we speak now, it's still telling on the global economy. That's why we're seeing some. That's why for Fed to come up and say they're not going to hike rate, is remain for me what investors are looking at. But what from the language and the policy statement from one or two of the people in that committee saying that it's time to skip inflation the rate. We don't know what you mean by that skipping. Whether it's trying to say, oh, we're not putting or we're going to leave it unchanged. And I believe that they are trying to manage information so that the market will not catch fire there. But I can see that with what has happened in terms of the bill for this debt ceiling has come true. I believe that Congress and the economy there has have really worked out what I believe that is very very important so that the country will move forward. And you see, remember I said it even when it started that before the June 4th, I mean June 5th, the deadline that this thing will be resolved, and finally it has been resolved, which is good forward for the global economy. For me, it's a good one that also investors around the world should also look at and say yes, that a direction is good. And that is why I see that both stock, or the markets around the Asia stocks are on in the green. You can see them. So even China, shares that are rebounded from almost a 6 week low. We see, Japan market there hitting almost 33 years high. Breaking out another, stronger, top or resistance level now recently for 2021. You can see that the market, does I mean, market is waiting for news. You can see how, this sentiment can change market. I remember also what happened on Tuesday when now after the president speech, what happened the next day. Just also this is how investors all over the world react to. That's why politics and also government is very very important in terms of direction when it comes to market. That's why you must understand the dynamics and the power of policy in any economy. And it's part of what we're going to discuss in the coming master class, how you can position with these policies, how you can take advantage of it. Like I tell you that you must always look at your chart. And that is why in that coming master class, we're talking about the policies, the economy, and also trading with technical analysis and how to manage your risk. In all will be discussed. That's why the four speakers in that common master class are going to dwell on how you can take advantage of the changing environment and also the opportunity and what we expect to see in this policy shift in the economy. If that happens, it is out to grow to create wealth. You must position yourself for the next second half of the year. First half is coming out, is gradually winding down. Once winter is over, you need to position because we see that this market might be able to extend this trend because if you look at the big what we call the big trend in technical analysis, our market is still very very strong. Until that big trend is affected, that is where we say, oh, there's something happening. But speak now, if you look at from 2020 around the March, April, you can see that till now, market has been on uptrend. That means the market, even when it corrects up and down, you see that that big trend is still very, very strong. Until market break that, that's why we say yes, there's a major correction or a major pullback. All we're seeing now is just a market oscillation, and investor to take advantage because volatility is what creates what opportunity for you to make money. You buy low and you sell high. Once you're able to balance it, it will help you to make what informed investment decision in any market where you are trading. It's good to understand all this so that when you know what is happening in this part of the world, know what's happening, that will give you an insight when you are taking your world decision. Look at even the tech companies, how they are bouncing back. And also here we are not left behind. You can look at also the ITC market, here we are seeing improvement in activities. And this is what will give investors an insight that there's something also coming for us that is very, very important. At the market, like it's at the current stage on our market, this a breakout or fake out stage. Which I told you in that discussion that market is likely to correct. We've already seen that correction, but how far is going to last in this correction, we can't say for now. But I believe that this pullback is good for the market so that the market can gather more momentum, as I said earlier, to break out when they rebound. This is the way to go for now. And like I said in one of the laptops, I said that profit taking and cautious trading will continue. Till end of the day, and if possible, might see it also early, the coming week. But as from toward the last week of the month of June, you might see positioning for what for earnings. But now profit taking so that people can have fun also to enter the market. That means there's no cause for alarm at all as we speak. Like I mentioned earlier, you can see that all the indexes in the US are still in green, but also seen also in in Europe, and Asia market is not left behind. But if you look at Africa market is mixed, but only just two indicators are in red, Nigeria and one other country. But I believe that this will be corrected. Our own, know why what is happening. It's not that the companies on the exchange has done bad. It's just because what market are really about to take profit. But I believe that once this May labor report also hit the market to report today, end of today, that also give direction in that market, which also will be discussing in our meeting next week. Yes, before we go into looking at our chart this morning, I want to look at the related result that came from FBN Holding. Yes, we can see a missed performance. The full year was not too attractive, but also we're seeing that the Q1 is trying to give hope to investors in that bank. But the payment structure or the or payout for this bank has not been encouraged, and that also likely to affect the price in the interim. But if in the new financial year we're seeing this impressive number from Q1 is also about, I believe that the bank and the CBN will continue to battle this, because payback ratio from this bank is not increased, despite we're seeing a better earnings compared to other years where they pay 15 kobo and 35 kobo. Here, despite there's a slowdown to around 3 naira, no, 3 naira 75 or 78 kobo, still 50 kobo is still very poor for such earnings. I believe that if this current financial year will this start at the end of the day, yes, they might hit 5 naira, but another thing is what's the payout. Without your investor will be looking at this, that will also kind of impact on the price of First Bank. I tell you, sentiment is very, very key. That's why I said, as an investor, look at the chart. The chart will tell you whatever that's happening in any company at any given time, so that it will guide you to take informed decision at any given time. Once you're able to do that, you are good to go. That is how to go about investing. Don't look away from the stock you are in position. That's why this technical analysis for always talk. It's good that you have your own chart, your system, is your phone, so that at any given time you know how to look at the chart. Yes, if you look at the Q4 audited account from First Bank, I will tell you the number is very, very mixed. But good thing is that the Q1 has come to like where give a sign of a light, or where a pointer is going. But I'll tell you that the market will still treat this stock. They get to what? They get to a good reasonable price for the 50 kobo, compared to, you can see that even for all who stay the life of Fidelity, after selling around 6 naira, it's almost the same payment. Fidelity are giving us a 1 naira and 3 dividend, and also giving a 40 kobo final. I can see that this is what the investor will be looking at. I can see that even life of Sterling Bank paying 15 kobo at the price of what selling. Look at this, what they're selling almost 14 naira or 13 naira. What is given? I think this is what the market used to reshape they assess this company. Even the same thing also happened, in ETI. ETI pay around either 51 kobo or 52 kobo, but around now, the investors will look at this period where you keep your money. There is power in dividend payout, and also how it support the earnings, support share price on the exchange. That's why you must not look away from know, these earnings. You must not look away from them. It's very, very important. If you look at the full year result of FBN Holding, yes, it moved from the gross earnings for the year ended 2022 December, moved from 757.0 billion to 805.13 billion. That's about just marginal 6% up, 6.3% in the green. On the other side, that is a mixed number. This at the end of the day, the profit after tax, that means after they factor on all their cost, all the interest income and all, and cost everything, provision was seen that this PAT declined from 151.1 billion posted in 2021 to 130.17. That is also 9.87% in the red. Just in the decline, I can see it's flat, but at the end of the day, this 136.17 translates to an EPS of 3 naira 74 against 4 naira 20 kobo in 2021. But despite the slide down or the slowdown in the PAT, we saw an uptrend in dividend. See, the dividend is not commensurate to what the price is saying. That's why I can see that the dividend yield is low. And because a market like this, where we are seeing low capital giving you 10% dividend yield, it will be interesting that most investor will be kind of selling down this company to go forward where there's good dividend yield. Even other investors in the physical market will not look the whole of this stock because of what the dividend yield is low. Now, the dividend moved from 35 kobo in 2021 to 50 kobo. And if you look at the PAT here, what the profit margin, you can see that the profit margin also declined. Despite there's improvement, in the top line, but we're seeing that profit margin. That tells you that costs are also have eaten. That is why you are seeing a decline in the PAT. The PMR, which is a profit margin, also slide down from 19.95 to 16.9%. You can see that it's a decline. If you look at also the cash flow of this bank for the full year, yes, like I told you that when you see banks cash flow or negative, do not panic. But still for this bank, it's still in positive, which is good for the bank. But because of the price, the performance price is already looking down from around 14 naira it closed yesterday to around, as we speak now, so trading around there, either below 13 naira. You can see the power of market reacting to what, to earnings. Yes, if you look at the Q1 that was recently also released, this morning, you can see that the Q1 look a bit better. A sign, like I said earlier before we start the figure, that is pointing that where the bank is going or where the group is going for this year. You can see that the gross earnings move from 180.5 billion to 259.5 billion, representing 44% in the green. Also, the same trend, you can see the trajectory. You can see that the PH also moved even to surpass the gross earnings in terms of change. It moved from 32.4 billion in 2022 to 50.1 billion in 2023 Q1 at the first of the 3 months of the year, representing 55% in the green. This is good, and this also, point out toward or translate to EPS of what, of 1 naira 38 kobo for the first quarter 20 against 89 recorded in 2022. This for me is an improvement. Also, if you look at even the profit margin, also moved from 17.96 to 19.31. I told you earlier that, if you look at our criteria and Investdata, that company earnings top line must be above 15 plus, and also 20 plus. You can see for this number, it meets all the criteria. It shows that the payout for the full year is not too attractive. But let's see how the market is after adjusting, then to find a strong support level before those that are in position for this year. And also wait to see the Q2 also be a guide, since they are not into it today. That also give a clear direction. But for me, if you look at the cash flow for also for the first 3 months of the year, it's still very, very strong and positive, to 385.69 billion from 272.95 billion in 2022. For me, this is a good number in terms of Q1. It's impressive, but the payout is what investors will be looking at, and that also reflect on what, on their reaction. Despite this impressive Q1 number, people are acting what, on investors are acting on what, on the first quarter, on the full year earnings and payout as we speak. Yes, we want to quickly look at what is happening in the market live as we speak now. So I can go to our chart to consider what the chart is doing and what the market is doing. But I believe that as we have seen the chart already on the screen, we have seen what is happening, but we are coming there to look at all other things to talk about. Let's quickly look at the market, what the state where the market is now. What are we doing? So that we will know exactly what is happening in the market. As we speak now, the market is is down by 144.31 basic point to trade at 55,663.94%. Market is down by 0.128 as we speak. Market is down by, you can see correction yesterday and the previous day. We saw that market was flat at that time. That time market is looking for what? For gas. As we speak, I tell you that when market is going up, when you go to this strong support resistance level, it slow down. And if you can look at on a daily chart, on a weekly chart, like I showed you the previous day, that the daily chart on weekly chart, that on a monthly chart, that this market has formed a double top, that is either a breakout at this point or what, a correction. We're not surprised that we're seeing just a little pullback. But also it's possible that before market close, one of the big cap stock can also come up and move up. But that to tell you that is because of that high cap stock at the market. But now I see the general sentiment where it is now. People are watching, waiting to see where the market, especially when market defy the month of May, and June is always a sell market down. And the last 5 years, which we'll be discussing also tomorrow at the afternoon class, we'll see the table or the chart that how market in the month of June has been down for straight 4 years, especially for 4 years, straight 4 years it has been down. For me, it tells you that something is also responsible for it. If other months, like May has also been resilient, not going defying the mantra sell in May, but now the sell in June we are seeing in terms of data of review. That means we need to also balance all this as investor. Then if you look at the market rate is also negative as market data. We are seeing 22 losers against 12 gainers as we speak. And if you look at the gainers chart this hour, let's start with that today. We are seeing that the oil sector is dominating in this regard. We are seeing that the Miss Oil, Corn Oil, Eternal, are the top 2-3 gainers this morning, followed by Northern Nigeria follow me. You can see also name insurance. These are the top 5 gainers as we speak. But I'll tell you that the oil sector, they are really doing well recently. I know people are complaining for fuel subsidy removal at high price, but some investors are smiling back to the bank because of what this at least expect that to transform into a better number for those in that industry, while the masses and the economy is suffering it, and that's why we are seeing the price is going up on the exchange. Yes, people look at the loser side at this hour. I see that investors are continue to take no profit from FTN Cocoa that have rallied for almost no more than a month, gaining almost 170 for the last trading month, the month of May. Profit taking is on that stuff yesterday and today. You can see it going down. UPDC also can see a profit taking on that stuff this hour. Champs, PSC, and Mutual Benefit and Honeywell. These are the top losers as we speak now in the market. Yes, I can tell that market is not smiling this morning. Investors are trading with caution, both traders, to see where the market is. But already, market is showing us a sign of what fake out. Fake out that means market is pulling back as to speak. Then, if you look at the activity start in terms of volume, we're also seeing that no, FBN Holding is leading now, right, with almost 44.7 million share traded so far. You can see UBA also in that also direction, 29.something million traded so far. But FBN Holding, you can see that it can pull back from 14 to almost 12 naira 95 kobo. But as we speak now, that is also going back gradually to 13.25. But I'll tell you that the payout will still put the price down. Just with the first quarter, people are just looking at it. But let's see how it will go. Then followed by UBA, as I mentioned earlier, and then UBA and S3MT Cocoa also 19.4 million share traded so far. You can also see Transcorp just 11.73 million share traded so far, and the Access Corp at 12 naira 10 kobo 8.8 million share traded. You can see that the market is a bit calm to this morning, and you can see people are taking advantage of the rally to take profit, and that's expected from any designing investor. We are not against it. It is how to trade the market. When you see market at this point, the next is for you to take what? To take profit. Yes, if you see, this is the market on the daily chart. You can see the triple top here. Here is one, here is two, another one here is 30, and that's why you are seeing this pullback. But if the market pull back here and gather more strength, come up and break out, that will continue. I like to see the market going as far as I said it in one of the class again, back to what the peak in 2008 is possible, and it surpass it if what we have seen in terms of policy is being implemented. Because I tell you, statement is different from action. If we are seeing strategies and will that this is going to and it's paying out, we are seeing it in market today, because when the economy is doing well, equity market is going to do well. That is how it works. For that, if this all this reform we are expecting is done and realistically, and we are seeing where we are going, going to also impact the market. And by now, as an investor, this is time they also be thinking of. If you are thinking long, you also be thinking of how you start looking at these policies that are coming, and that is why you need to be in the master class, so that they stop to beat inflation, because expected that this fuel subsidy removal is going to trigger the inflation, and which sectors, which industry are performance going to surpass this inflation, because at the end of the day to reflect on their earnings that will impact price. Then we need to know all this, and in that class, all this will be shared and operation ahead, because every investment is against what? Against the future. But when you take calculated risk and also with confidence, you're not going to boost your bottom line at the end of the day. This is the market now on the daily chart. You can see here already. But I want us to see something so that you see when I said on a big trend, the market is very, very strong. That big trend is what I want to show us, so we know. You can see this is the big trend here. In 2022, that is the COVID year, the COVID-19 year. You can see that from there, you can see that the market has remained up. That means the market have not broken what the 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 bigger trend. You can see that the bigger trend is very, 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 very strong. You can see this chart very well from where you are. This is the bigger trend of the market from how many years now? From 2020, 21, 22, 23. You can see where the market has been on the road in that regard. For me, this is what should also guide us as investors, that you need to look at this trend at any given time. Then if you also come back and look at what is the stability chart doing on it, what will also going to give you a good time. You can see this is a good way to know. You can see the chart where it's connected. This is for weekly chart. This is that period, 2020. You can see here 2020, March, April, this period till now. market is still what on a strong trend. Have not broken down. That is the confidence we have that this market will also surpass what it did in 2022 and also continue with positive policies and also same action of the government. That also boost confidence. And when government also look at their fiscal policy and monetary policy and tell them start working in the same direction, that will also further impact our market. It's now done on us to look at. This is what we look at. You can see that the market is still very, very intact, very, very strong. You can see it very, very strong. Despite that it has formed a double top here for weekly chart, which I told you earlier. You can see that the trend is very, very strong. That is why the company that when market pull back, no matter how market pull back to this level, when it pull back to here, you might see that it will bounce up and start going up again. There's no cause for alarm in the market. Quickly, let's come back to what to our trade activities for today. This is the chart we are trading. Let's call other indicators we need to trade with. Let's call our T line here. Call our T line. Call our MACD and all used for today. MACD, money flow, and our T line. How we get our T line. Very, very simple. 8 days exponential moving average. You can see on the T line is market above the T line, MACD is positive, and money flow is looking down. Money flow has crossed 90 as of yesterday, but now you can see that it's looking down to be around the world 86. There's a fund, also profit taking activities you can see, and the volume so far is very small. You can see it. For me, the market is doing what's supposed to do. This is the correction. You can see the markets are turning here at this level, almost you can see it flat here. I mean, this is strong. Even when market has formed gradually cup and handle. More we will not see the handle coming here. Gradually, can see the market is forming a cup and handle. At the end of the day, it's become also a good chart pattern that we should watch to see a breakout and where it's going. This is what for the market. Yes, look at the market also on the 15-minute chart. You get the gist of what is happening in the market for that 15-minute chart. It's very, very important to also look at the 15-minute chart, what is happening. On the 15-minute chart, you can see that the market has continued in that regard, but soon as they are trading slightly below the T line, and you can see that money flow is looking at trying to look up. But on the 15-minute chart, that means profit taking has not be too weighty. We are still taking gradually, but not too weighty. But you can see that what the 15-minute chart that yes, the profit taking, but not too strong as expected. But it's good that market is correcting to the direction. Let's look at what market is doing 1 hour chart and see that it's flat on the T line, but the market has performed a bearish mode on 1 hour chart. Money flow is looking down. I see that this is how to invest so that you know the short trend, medium trend, and long trend. And see when we look at the long trend, market is still very clear, but on the shorter time frame, market is coming down already on profit taking, not on any negative fundamental profit taking, which is part and parcel of the market at any given time that investors have to give attention to. Let's look at what is happening in LBNH. You can see MBNH on 1 hour chart. You can see that on the 1 hour chart, you can see the beauty of chart. Now, when you can see the last one, it came down, broke down below T line, but tried to come up after market saw the full year result and it acted, but no, you can see the last 2 hours. I can see I tried to find momentum again. You can see the breakout here. That's why it's good to watch the market live. You can see, at the end of the day, you might not see this in your chart, but now that's like I see how it went down before the banding was supposed to. I saw the market this stock this morning below 13 naira. Now it's coming back to 13.25. I can tell you that the Q1 number has given another momentum. Good, you can see that money flow that we're looking at is turning up gradually, but market is still very, very negative. Let's look at a day chart. You can see what the day chart is meaning. The day chart tells you that something has happened the last two previous days, but today it came down. We're trying to recover the pullback, but MACD has given us a sign already, and money flow has given us a sign already. We're seeing a good volume on the stock, but relatively not above the average level. Once it crosses the black line, you can see. For me, this is stock also. If you're an investor or trader trying to look at taking what profit, is very, very important. Taking profit is part and part for the market, but you can know how to take it at the right time. taking profit is very, very important. Let's look at what is happening in internal. Internal, you can see that there's a kind of a momentum. You see where internal have remained above the T line. And look at your MACD, where your MACD crossed to. These are the things we watch in the market so that you know exactly what to do. And it came here, it broke out the resistance. These are the strong resistance level here. 1, 2, and here. But it broke it out in the last 2 days to make an uptrend. And you can see that money flow is still trading into the stock on a daily chart. Good one. But we want to look at what is the chart saying about this stock in the 15-minute chart. Let's check what the stock saying in 15-minute chart. We exactly get what is saying in 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is not smiling. I can see that MACD is already coming down. You can see it here with this histogram coming down. The money flow is flatter here, 15-minute chart, but once you see this divergence you are seeing now, I like that the price will respond in that direction. But already they sign that this point is profit taking must start coming in any moment from now. Let's look at 1 hour chart for the stock. The last 1 hour remain that price. You can see that around 9:20, you can see that it's been flat after a breakout or a gap up. You can see that money flow is almost 89 as we speak. I think it's very strong. Momentum is very strong on the 1 hour chart. These are the things we also look at when you are trading in a stock. Yes, because of our time is fast spent. Just have only just a minute left. Let's quickly look at another stock that is very, very important to us. Let's look at what is happening in Transcorp as we speak. For this the top of the day in the market. What is happening in Transcorp? That's what we to round up for today. For those that are in this class that are in Q&A, discussing all this in the class tomorrow, hopefully by God. We are not having a guest speaker, so I will have time to share and discuss all this together and work mine. You can see that Transcorp is also trying to resist decline. You can see where it is now, flat on the T line, and MACD is here to confirm the MACD has already confirmed a very small, but money flow is looking down. But I believe that the Q2 number is what will save the stock. If you break that and the number in Q2 is not good, but like I said, we are coming back to around 240 and 230. There you can start buying again. But at this price, it is what the market sentiment and at our capital market forces. But once the Q2 or half year results didn't confirm where the company is business of performance, you might see it pulling back to 230 to 40, and that would be the right time to jump ahead of their growth rate, which we believe that the more the government settle, the more we're seeing that things will be. That's why I said we want to look at the policy guideline and what and action. It's not a statement, we must see implementation and how it's going to play out in the economy at large. On this note, I will say thank you for your time throughout this week. Sorry for yesterday that we did class was not good because of some technicality. But thank God for today, and I appreciate you for your time and always there for calling and for asking questions. For those that are always there for us, we say thank you all. See you tomorrow for those that are in the premium class, and for next week to start on the live market again. Enjoy the rest of your day. See you on Monday, hopefully by God's grace. Bye.